So, welcome to Topps Trade of the Week. We have a trade here in the ES, and we have our reference frame here in what appears to be an ideal setup. The moving average has been very steeply pointing up, and we got a retracement that appears to have found support on the 30-period moving average. Prices are still closing above the moving average, so we can change our focus now to the trigger chart and see if we find a buy signal there. So we finally get our buy signal, but I want to wait until the moving average is more established as green, which you'll see in a moment why. So instead of jumping in now, even though I have an arrow, I have a green bar, I have the green moving average, and I have the SAR dot below the bar, I want to wait until the moving average makes a small angle that's horizontal or actually pointing up in this case, which I call a flag. Now waiting for that flag helps avoid potentially getting into a dicey trade because sometimes we'll find that until the moving average is established, we can be moving back from red to green and we really don't want to already be in that position. So by waiting, we can have more confidence, and I'll get more confidence that it's not going to change on me. Because you can see here the moving average keeps changing back to red. So if I'd already bought, I would be feeling rather anxious. And I would be actually irritated with the indicator too. So there we go. We got our little flag. You can see now how it looks. It's right on the moving average. So then I'm going ahead now and I'm placing my order at 27.83. That's more or less in the middle of the bar. Now I want you to notice something, that I don't jump in at whatever price the market is trading. I want to pay a better price, and that means that sometimes I'm going to miss trades because the market just goes away before filling my order. But when you're scalping, every tick counts. You may choose to enter at the opening of the bar once you get your flag. It's up to you. I prefer to enter at the best possible price, so I always choose a tick or two from the opening of the bar. In this particular trade, we are risking 2.5 points as it is with 3 contracts, so there's no need to increase the risk unnecessarily. Finally, I got filled, so I'm placing an order for my first target at 27.84. That's just 4 ticks from my entry, and that's just for the purpose of reducing my risk. So if the opportunity arises, securing 1 point profit allows me to reduce my risk and let my runners run with more confidence. So now the SAR has been moving up, so I'm adjusting my stop to be on level with it, even though even my first target isn't filled yet. But no reason not to reduce risk. Unfortunately, the market seems to be now changing direction, kind of moving against me, even though I haven't gotten my first 1 point, that first target I wanted to get. So it's a bit dicey now, but you know, this is the point of having a very clear strategy to follow. Ooh, see, it's really going against me. A really clear set of guidelines, of rules that you follow so that you know what you're doing each time. You follow your strategy and that's it. You don't try to be, oh no, it's doing this, what should I do, and making new decisions. Because that, if you have to, I say this all the time, there's only one decision that you make when trading. And that is if the trade actually meets your standards to take it, and then you decide to get in, and that's the only decision. After that, you have a clear set of steps that you follow. Oh, there we go. So my first target just got filled, and so now I can change the number of contracts on my stop to 2. So as I was saying, yes, you just don't want to make a single decision while you're in the trade. Everything should be pretty mechanical, pretty robotic, because chances are, if you're making a decision while you're in the trade, you're going to make the wrong decision. But it's still not looking very good here. I have a red arrow, red bars, red moving average, although my SAR is still there, and as you can see, I'm raising it, my stop up one more tick. So now I'm just risking 2 points in 2 contracts because my third profit took the 1 point of profit already. But it's not really looking good. I mean, the SAR is still below the bars. Yeah, well, there we go. So that's what I need, is I really need the footprint to turn green again, and I want to see another green arrow, and then I can have confidence in this trade. Oh, coming very close now. Oh, very sad. So I got stopped out with 2 contracts. So I lost $100 per contract. So the total was $200 for the trade. But since my third contract had made $50, I only lost $150 in this trade. And so now I'm going to switch over back to my reference frame. And I see that the moving average is still pointing up. So now it's just a matter of waiting to see if the bar that's moving right now, if it's going to close above or below the moving average. If it closes above, then I can look for another buy opportunity, because as I said earlier, this setup looks pretty ideal to make some good money. And the bar closes above the moving average, so I'm moving back to my trigger chart to find a buy signal. And so just to review, I'm looking for a green arrow, a green bar, and the green moving average, and that the SAR, in this case for a buy, will be below the price bars. Okay, so now the moving average has turned green. I did get that SAR dot, as you can see, below the price bar. But again, I'm still not going to get in the trade yet because I'm waiting for that flag. I'm waiting for the flag which shows that the moving average has established in that particular color. See, as you can see, it just keeps going back and forth for a little while. So you're going to get burned if you try to get in too early. So just best to wait for the little flag. And there it is. Got my flag. So I placed my order at 27.8350 with a stop at 27.79, as you're going to see. This time the stop is a lot larger. So I just have to be very attentive to what's happening on this trade. So unfortunately, and this is another psychological aspect, that looks like the trade is going. It looks like the market is leaving me behind. And well, this can happen because I don't ever just enter at market price. I always use a limit order, 1 or 2 ticks below the opening of the bar if I'm buying. And the trick is to be patient, because more often than not I get that price filled at what I want to pay, and we'll just see if it's going to happen in this trade. And as usual, I had adjusted my stop even though my order was not yet filled, so my stop actually moved up to 27.7950. Now the distance, if you'll notice, between the dots of the SAR is actually expanding. We're getting more space between them. So that tells me that the upward direction is has more momentum to it. So again, I'm just hoping my order gets filled because it really looks like it's taking off without me. But this is my strategy is I don't chase anything. My strategy is I enter a couple ticks away from the opening of the bar, and that's it. If I lose it, I lose it. And as you noticed, I continued to adjust my stop, again, even though I haven't gotten in the position yet. But if I were to get filled at this point, my risk is now only 3.5 points. So in the ES, 2 to 3 points is what I consider acceptable because the runners can get up to 10 points of profit. So I've been touched but unabled. So price touched my order but did not fill it. At this point, I doubt my order will get filled, but I just have to wait. One never knows. It's very annoying when that happens. And still moving my stop. And as I am saying, this is really a big test moment. This is what turns you into a profitable trader, is to not break your discipline. Up there it goes. I've been filled. So I'm going to go ahead and place my order for my first target, 1 point above my entry, so that will be 27.8450. And I got that first target filled, and I'm adjusting the quantity of the contracts on my stop order. And in the meantime, I continue now trailing my stop with the dots of the SAR, and hopefully I will be able to get a second profitable contract out without being stopped out. But at this point, we only have 1.5 points of stop on 2 contracts. So my stop is now at 27.8250, and the market is making its first sign of a reversal. I've got the red bar, oh no, the red arrow, the moving average is red, but my stop is still holding, and we still have a good amount of distance with the SAR from the price bars. Okay, well the reversal didn't hold. Let me see, I have to move my stop. Okay, so luckily now I just have a 1 tick stop, so if I'm stopped out here, I mean the moving average is kind of flat. We'll see. I'm only going to lose $25 on my 2 contracts, and I've already made $50 on the first one. So no matter what, this trade is already a small winner. Okay, my stop is now at break even, and that gives me a lot of confidence to let my runners run. And where I'm showing on the crossbars, that's a resistance level. So if prices are going to break that at 27.87, that resistance, with that broken, I can aim at 6 or 7 points of profit. And indeed, the resistance did get broken. And since I have two runners, I can exit one of them at the first sign of a reversal. But that hasn't occurred yet. It's just going and going. So let's wait for it to happen before taking that decision. And all the while, I keep moving my stop, securing more and more profit while I'm waiting to see if there's a reversal. And just keep locking in those profits. So as I told you earlier, in the ES, 10 points is a great trade. So here I'm setting my second target at 27.9350, so that's 10 points from my entry. And I'm also going to adjust the quantity of contracts on my stop to 1. I'm assuming, of course, I'm going to reach my second target since everything is still pointing up. There's a lot of distance between the SAR points still, so we have a lot of momentum going. And moving the stop yet again. More profits. Ching ching. Oh, and there it goes. My second target of 10 points was successfully reached, and again I am continuing to trail the stop for my one remaining runner. Okay, so I'm now putting my stop at 27.91.25, and I expect I'll probably get stopped out very quickly on that last contract now. Just a moment or two away. But I have no complaints. It's been a very good run, and there it goes. So I've stopped out. So that was Topps Trade of the Week. On the first trade, I lost $150, but on the second one, I made over $900. So that would make a net profit of $787.50. So I hope you enjoyed watching this trade and that you learned and you saw how this works in action. All right, till next time. Bye-bye.